All right, guys. So I've been working on the bulletin board, and I went back to doing these strips, and I've just been working on that for a while. And I kept hearing like something that's been happening is I'll hear like zombies, and it sounds like they're burning in the sunlight. In either it's nighttime or I look around and I can't see them anywhere, and they're actually underneath the dirt that I've been placing under the water as they're trying to get to me, and then they drown underneath it while they're trying to get to me. And I was talking with Pecos about how in 14W04A, which we actually switched to that snapshot, but it caused so much lag on the server that the server just kept crashing and nobody could actually get on. So we switched back to the previous one. But I was talking to him about how automation is going to be available for wheat farms, and how he was talking about how he's going to need to get a village started. And then shortly after that, I heard a zombie, and I looked around, and it popped up out of the water, and it was a villager zombie, but it was also a baby villager zombie. So I think that you can, I'm pretty sure that you can revert those. So I just sent him through the portal, and I'm going to go and try to get to Pecos' base. Well, I've got to stop by mine to get some supplies. We need to get the splash potion of weakness and whatnot. Oh, there he is. Oh my god. So many mushroom cows got stuck there because I didn't it took me a long time to end up getting through the portal. I was chatting with Pecos, seeing if he knew how to brew the stuff, but where'd he go? Shoot. How did I lose him already? All I did was turn the corner. You dumb idiot. I'm gonna die. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I afraid of you? Heal, dang it. Sorry, Grin, I'm not going to be able to talk to you. Dang it! There we go. And because I didn't get on Skype with... Oh my god, you fool! You are not making this very fun. Oh god, I can't do this because if that ends up not having a block underneath it, he'll fall into lava or something. Come on. Oh dear. Alright, so let's see if we can at least get to the nether hub without killing him. I hate that noise. It sounds like he's dying when he makes that. It's like the same noise that they make as their death rattle. Yeah, so when I switched the server back to 13W03B, I also switched the difficulty setting to peaceful, so that if anybody wanted to log in and clear all the zombies around their bases that had been holding chicken eggs and whatnot, that they would be able to do that. And then if anything got lost, like if they had a mob that was named or something, I would just put it back in with MC Edit later. How do I get so far ahead of him at times? Time to eat, time to eat, time to eat. Made it, okay. And I left Example in charge of switching it back, and it looks like he did, because as soon as I logged in, bye Grin, as soon as I logged in, I could hear gasps and stuff, so that is good. Alright. We're almost to the nether hub. Man, the way he runs is so funny. Alright, so we made it to the nether hub. Let's see if we can get him back to my base. Ah, dang it. Lost them again. How do you get lost, kid? Oh, probably because I have speed boost now. Because since I walked into the range of the beacons. Yeah, I'm moving way faster than him. 1, 2, 3, go! See you later, sucker. Why do you have to run in zigzags? That's why you're so slow. I gotta be careful. If I get too far away from him, he'll despawn. Come on. Oh, dang it. No! Come on, Pecos. I can't just start talking to you. Okay, I guess I... Nope, nope. Alright. At least I can type that. What? He's freaking out. Look at this guy. So I guess a good thing I could do right now is mention what my plans are for the bulletin board. First of all, I want to know if you guys have any ideas of what we could call the bulletin board, because typing bulletin board into the chat gets really irritating over time. You know, maybe he's freaking out because he's running on the rails, and the rails are something that he's supposed to be like afraid of or whatever in the code. Anyway, so I want to think of a name for the bulletin board, something that might be a little bit easier to type, that'll be very clear what it is. And dang it, I have to leave. My wife just texted me to come upstairs because I'm sure the baby's just woken up. Shoot. Crap, I can't stop. Let me just get... No. Oh, freaking A, I can't stop, because if I leave and Pecos is too far away, that he could despawn if he starts coming over here. Let's see if I can get him in this minecart or something. No, I don't want to get him in the minecart, actually. Actually, yes, I do. I want to get him in the minecart, and then I want Pecos to not leave so I can run upstairs. Come on. Control, right? Shift, left shift, that's what it is. Yeah, babies are crazy. I mean, when's the last time you woke up and you were so hungry that you just started screaming? Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Oh no. He may have despawned. Despawns, whatever. By the way, I'm still in my incorrect skin because I haven't fiddled around with the new skin system yet. There we go. Oh well. Well, that's the end of that. Well, who knows? I'm not even 100% sure that you can convert baby zombie villagers. So, nah. Yeah, we're working on. It's funny. I just realized Pecos is still his Halloween skin as well. So yeah, we're definitely, and it's going to be even harder. You know, we've got to get this situated. I got to get things fixed up with the new skins and stuff for everybody, so that we don't end up playing in these old skins that are not our normal correct skins. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop recording for now and try to get this stuff a little bit sorted out, maybe work on my skin, see if I want to do an asymmetrical one. I probably won't. I probably don't want to do that, but I might just play around with it, see what the new thing has to offer. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so I changed my my skin to be asymmetrical because technically Kenshiro is supposed to have a bandage on his left arm and a brace or whatever on his right. But I actually hate the way this looks. It does not feel right at all. Maybe it's the color of the bandage, but I personally think that Minecraft skins looked better the old way, and I think that people are kind of skin happy right now, and they're making everything 3D, and I personally just don't think that that's a good idea. I think the skins look better. Like when, you know, I could make the brace 3D, and it probably would be a good idea for me to make the arm, like the shoulder things 3D, because that would be a little bit more closer to the character. But I've just grown to like my skin so much that I just can't part with it, you know? So anyway, I'm going to head to the Mushroom Island and get back to work on the bulletin board. Oh, there's where the guy would have been if he hadn't despawned. Yeah, so I'm just going to get back to that, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright guys, so I wanted to look at this in creative mode for a second to kind of help you guys understand my thought process here. So in doing what we did over here, where we made the overhang, and I guess I should probably show you that I've worked on this quite a bit. Oh dear. Oh dear. You know, I was always thinking that, why don't witches get hurt by water? Oh, dang it. I did that in creative mode. Actually, he's not going to attack me because I'm in creative mode, so I don't have to worry about that. Anyway, let's get back to this. So you guys, as I said, I did the overhang, and I don't know if I made it very clear, but the reason why I did the overhang is because I really liked this system for my rail system. And I really, really liked that, like, basically this junction right here, this is right between, this is right here. This is right where this map and this map meet. So it's right here. So that basically, the way that the rail system is going to work is that there's, like, right now I just laid down a ton of powered rails. But what's going to happen is there's going to be at every single junction, like, so at this junction, there's going to be a minecart here and a minecart here. And I'm sorry for those of you guys on the server who are not from a country where you drive on the right side of the road. But that's what I'm going to do for this, just to be, for consistency's sake, for everything else that's been done on the server. So you're going to hop into the minecart, and I'll set up a button system so that you can press a button and it'll send you forward. And then once you come to the next junction, let's say that you're coming this way, you're going to run over a, what do you call it, a detector rail, and that's going to send the minecart waiting at that station forward. And what that should do is, more or less, it should keep a minecart at every station so that you never bring another one onto the track and you never take one away. So that way there's always something there at every junction. And when you're at a junction, it means that, like, when you look at this map, you're going to know that you're at this particular junction. You know, like, this is where we're at right now. And then if you keep going, you're going to be able to figure out pretty easily. I mean, it's going to be difficult at first because there's no landmarks on the bulletin board. Once it's just all dirt and stuff, but once stuff starts going on there, you're going to be able to figure it out pretty quickly. And I might utilize the middle block up here to take whatever spot of the bulletin board you're at and place it up there again, so that you can see, like, so that if let's say that I'm down here, that means that I'm at this map, and that map will be also featured up here, so I can look at it right away and say, okay, there's that map. Okay, I want to go this way to work on something over here. Otherwise, I could just keep going, and then the next one over here, which is just within walking distance, this one will have this map up here, so I'll be able to know that if I wanted to work on the upper left map, I'd want to go this way. And it should be pretty easy for people to figure out, I think. So that's what I've got planned with the maps. Now, if you guys can kind of understand, this rail system here, like this center block, used to be right here, right? And that meant that on the map, there would be 2 green arrows right here, right in the center, facing this direction, and 2 more facing the other direction if I had maps on the back, but I didn't at the time. So I had to push this out of the map range by doing this. This is what this is for, in order to keep this cool design, but keep it away from the map range so that they're actually right off screen so that you don't see any of those little arrows. So that was the whole plan behind this, and why I've decided to do this. Now, the reason I brought that up is because I wanted to mention the fact that because we've moved the thing over, we actually have a border outside, which makes this a little bit thicker than it was originally going to be. And this is also going to have, like the other side, this is also going to have stone, like it's going to have this stone sort of scheme on that side. So it's going to look kind of like this part. And what my original plan was is that I was going to build like a walkway that you would get onto over here, because it takes a long time to swim over there. So I wanted to put a walkway that you would basically walk over here, and you'd step up onto the walkway, walk up the stairs, and you would just go around, and it would just hug the shape of the mountain over here. And you'd basically follow it around, and then once you got over here, it would go back down, and then you could just cross this over to here. because originally this was the original end border, I think. Maybe even this was. I can't remember anymore. No, it's probably the green carpeted one. Then that meant that there was actually more room, so it actually made sense to kind of go all the way around this mountain and then go straight over. But now that it's a little bit closer, I might actually be able to do something else. I might actually be able to make this look pretty cool. So I'm just trying to figure something out, figure out what I'm trying to do. And then what I've done so far in order to help you get into the, if you wanted to take the upper walkway for whatever reason, maybe you just wanted to look at the bulletin board from a better vantage point. This is what I've done here, which is great because for some reason vines, which I tried this with vines first, because if you can trick the vines into growing on both sides of the block, you can get them going on both sides. But I found that, that was not what I wanted to press. But I found that you couldn't actually get out of here the way you can with ladders. And I really wish you could put ladders on double facing the block like you can with vines, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like you can. And then I put a little bit of a bush sort of theme here, so I could just have a little bit of green in here because it's off the map, it doesn't matter. And then I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here. I might actually do another one of these things. And I'm thinking about what I want to do because there are going to be situations in other parts. Like I might want to utilize some more of this ocean to make maybe not another map, or I mean another bulletin board, but something else that I could actually like make a painting or a portrait of somebody. So I'm trying to consider utilizing that. I don't want to go this way because I don't want to ruin the mushroom island, and I'm trying to make this look pretty. So that when you're at the mushroom island, it actually looks really nice instead of looking like it used to, where it was just like this big flat island. So that's what the whole plan is. What is lighting this up? Why is there light over here? What? Is that weird to you guys? Am I crazy? That's kind of weird. Yeah, so anyway, and I don't know if I'm doing this just because it's my build style or what, but I am sort of keeping a similar scheme to what I did over here, except that I'm using spruce wood instead of jungle wood. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to try to randomize a little bit the bushes too, so that I can get birch in here, because birch is the same color across all biomes. And I'm seeing here that although in the mushroom island it looks really nice with the jungle, it doesn't look so nice once it goes into the ocean, and then ironically jumps back into mushroom island shore, and then probably is going to be ocean for the rest of it or whatever. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just wanted to bring that up. I'm going to go ahead and get back to working on this pattern. And I know this is probably really confusing, like what on earth am I doing here with all these strips and stuff? But basically what I'm doing, if this can maybe help you guys out, is it takes too much effort to keep going zigzagging back and forth and trying to figure out what the pattern is each time. So I put these signs here in order to help me know which pattern number this is. And if I was smart, I would just write down on a piece of paper the number. So in the case of 1, or let's go over here. In the case of pattern 1, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the dip down block, and then 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th is the dip down block, and then 8. And another way to do that is once you've got the dipped down block, if it's just a single block like this, you can just count from then on. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th block, So that's what I was doing. And I was just taking care of some of those strips, so I would never have to work on, in this case, I've finished 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, and 11. That can't be right. I didn't do that for all these, right? No. I only did up to 13 so far. That one I just did a little bit more of, but you can see it stops right here. So that's what I've been working on. That's sort of the plan. And then with the dirt going sideways, like this, the crossing here, I realized that there aren't any straight up, like part of this to clarify, like right here, the reason that 16 was easy to do is because it's dirt all the way. There's no dips in it. There's no extra glass. So that was really easy to do, and I was just getting that out of the way. And then in the case of the ones going sideways, I found that wasn't ever the case, but in some cases, such as, well, let's say that the horizontal pattern number 1 is there's 15 blocks, and then the dip, and then 15 blocks. So since I did number 15 here, which ended up with these. I found that I could, since I had already done that, then technically if I just went across, I could fill it up with the rest of it being dirt. So that's what I've done, and I'm going to hop out for a second out of the recording and just get a little bit more stuff done, and then I'll jump back in and show you guys the progress. Actually, before I jump out, why don't we take a good look at the progress on the bulletin board over here, and then I'll try to jump back in and show you guys what's been changed, so you can kind of have a reference point of what work's been done. So here we go. So this is what I did. I was working on this one, and I guess I didn't update this particular map right here. That's the only reason why that's not connected. And then when I got over here, I just got bored, and I went up, and then I went left, and I didn't really update this map all the way. And then I went back around, and then I'm probably just going to keep spiraling in until that's done. So hopefully we can have all the sideways grid thing that I started here done by the time we jump back in. All right. Oh, and then also just so you guys know, there's a way up right here, and you have to be facing the top one. If I'm facing this way, hold on. If I'm facing this way, I can't actually get out because there's no ladder here, but I can if I go the other way. So that's what's going on there. And I probably want to put the ladder on that block technically, because that would make it a lot easier to get up, I think, because that's the direction that you are going to want to be going in. But we'll see. I'll figure it out later. All right. Well, let's jump out of here, and I'll check back in as soon as I've got some major progress done. Alright, so Grin's helping me. I ran out of dirt, and he's been digging out the, what do you call it, the island over there, and I found this guy. So I'm trying to take him back to Pecos' base, or at least get him into the nether so that we can save him, because like right now we're trying to transport him in the water because he'll burn in the sunlight. But it looks like he's tracking Grin instead of me right now. Come on, guy. Anyway, I want to show you guys where I've gotten, but I guess I'm a lot farther away from the group of bulletin. Actually, you can actually see them right there. Those two little things, those are the bulletin boards. That's funny. I think it's because you can see the item frames right, like way before you can see the geometry. Anyway, let's speed through this. Why is he not burning on the wood? What the heck? Can't type it. That is so weird. I don't want to give him my my helmets. Oh! Pumpkins. Here we go. Totally forgot I had that pumpkin farm set up because I was originally, gonna light things with jack-o'-lanterns around here. All right, so let's just go ahead and get him encased in something. Block him in, block him in. Yeah! I actually thought I was going to die doing that. And then he was going to take my helmet. Whew! Grid will see the video. I don't need to type that. Oh, awesome. Alright, so we got him. So Pecos, one of these days I'll bring him by, but for now he's in there. And now let's see how there we got a little blurb on the bulletin board, but let's take a closer look. So I'm going to keep working, and I'll check in again once I've used the rest of the dirt that I currently have. But this is where we're at so far. I think it's going pretty good. You know, I don't know. Basically, once I'm done with this, I'll just find out the next easiest pattern to copy, or I'll figure out if these lines here are going to help me determine where glass is going to go. Like, theoretically, if perhaps I could easily discover that the next part of the pattern, because the hard part is making sure that you do the pattern correctly. But if I was to find out that the next piece of glass is going to be like dirt then glass, I would be able to just easily go through each one of these and fix up this line, and then I'll just be able to fill up the dirt, and it'll be really easy. So a lot of people are having trouble seeing maps for some reason. But anyway, I'll jump back in a bit when I've used up the dirt, and well, not necessarily when I've used up the dirt. I mean, whatever happens first. If I use up the dirt that Grin is currently trying to get for me in the place that's right off the map up here, then I'll do that. Or I could stop once I finish the grid. Now, one other thing I had in mind was the idea that, like I was talking about how there's a what do you call it? I was gonna put okay, let me start over. For this area, I just got done saying this. I'm going to take this map and put an extra one up here. I thought I could also rename the map in this item frame, You Are Here, so that when you mouse over it, you know which one you're at, because it'll tell you when you look at it. And oh shoot, I was going to say, also, I want to see if it can rotate diagonal, but I forgot we're not in 14W04A anymore. Anyway, let's continue. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, so I did just finish the map thing, but we'll look at the bulletin board in just a second. I'm thinking about the next thing I want to do, which is going to be getting the path over there. And I used to think maybe 2 or 3 blocks up, go around here, and then maybe drop down those 2 or 3 blocks again, and then you're in. And maybe even go through this little bit right here. Let me get a closer look. So we would just go through, like just cut a little hole in this little piece of dirt right here. But actually I'm thinking about maybe starting the little like walkway thing up here at this level, so that when you come out of it, you end up right here. So maybe I'd put a pathway that goes from here, like so this bush isn't here. Like, let me give you an example. Perhaps it would end up looking a little bit more like this. Like this would be open, and I would maybe even continue. The pathway would have some bushes or something around the side. I'm not sure. And this would go around there. Oh, I thought I fell. And I don't know. I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm going to have to make it look really cool, though. That's the whole thing, is that it has to look really, really nice. I've really got to make it look nice. And it might be better. I don't know yet. It might be better to go diagonal and have it meet up here where you come through here, because I'm already living with a really awkward looking thing right here. Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know? And it has to be here for this. And that's going to be really, it's a tricky situation. So I'm going to try to see if I can work something out, but that's kind of the plan right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the bulletin board. Oh, and also the other thing I was thinking about is because I want to, you know, I'm trying to incorporate this orange color in there. So I want to see about doing the path, or however I want to do it. Maybe even, I don't know, a bridge, like where it actually goes up. I'm not sure yet. I really don't know. I can't visualize it right now. And it's going to go around here. And then when it gets to probably around here, it's going to dip down, and it's going to go around kind of like how this is right at the level of the water. And it'll just sort of dock around there. And then, you know, I'm thinking about a lot of projects at once, which is something that is I guess it's a good idea to at least be brainstorming this early, even if I'm not going to start these other projects for a while. So it's going to go down here, it's going to go around here maybe, and then it's going to go back up here, and that's how you're going to get one of the ways to get into the casino restaurants. That's what I'm sort of thinking at the moment. And that's just what I've got planned. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bulletin board, and I'll show you guys the progress that's been made. My shoulder, like I don't have armrests on my chair. My shoulder is killing me. I've got the worst tendonitis right now. But this is what we've got. I think it's coming along great. And this would, like, the idea that if this was all covered in glass, this would just be so orange. And I'm thinking right now, I'm getting close to the point where there's probably more orange than blue if I'm not already there, considering if this light blue, if you were to look at that as orange. So that makes me happy. That makes me happy that I'm getting there. And then Grin is working his butt off, helping me get dirt and stuff. So I'm really happy about that. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. I really need to go to bed. It's really, really late for me. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, you guys, so I'm in creative mode right now because I want to try to wrap up this episode very quickly. So I just want to show you guys that there's been a lot of progress made because Grin has been placing glass down for me. And I'm sort of noticing as I'm working on the patterns and stuff that it's actually quite difficult once there's glass. Like if I need to go from water, then over land, and then back into water, the glass kind of trips you up. It makes it a little bit difficult. So I'm going to try to finish up this dirt in the near future, hopefully, so that people can feel free to place glass and help me out without me needing to say, no, can't place glass. That's too much. It makes it difficult, you know. But the reason I wanted to be in creative mode is so I could do this very, very quickly. I want to show you guys the pathway that I've been working on and sort of the ideas I've had and how my mind has sort of changed a little bit. So this is what I had originally envisioned. I wanted to have a path that started here that looked nice, that we could kind of decorate, and you could kind of go up here. And then once it gets to this point, like that all looked really cool, but right here it gets like, oh wow, that's really straight. That looks kind of crummy going around there. And then up here, and to explain what this is, like why do I have this circular thing? What is this monstrosity? This is supposed to be like, if you look over here, this is like over here it's mostly wood, as you can see. But over here, once the stone is going to be implemented on the whole thing, you're going to look at it as, yeah, it's mostly stone, but you can kind of see wood colors in there inside of it. So this is supposed to be a smooth transition where it goes from mostly stone to, okay, here's some wood, to, okay, now the whole thing is just wood. There's no stone. There's no stone as support at all. So that was the point behind that. And what my plan was that if you look at this, we're at 71.5 right here. And this was supposed to spiral staircase around there and end up right here at 68.5. But I found that this looked really bad if I didn't, you know, this didn't really read as a spiral staircase if I made it in such a way that it was like between 71.5 and 68.5, there's not a lot of blocks. So it was really difficult for me to get the number. Like you have to smooth out the transition so that it's basically this level for a long way, like to right here. And then it goes down half a block, and it didn't look quite right. So I liked this a lot more. But unfortunately, by the time we get here, we're already at water level, basically. We have like 1.5, or really just a block and then a half slab, and then we're at water level. And that's actually, we're already right now lower than where that starts. So that doesn't really work for us. But here's something I sort of figured out that I sort of noticed. What if instead of like justifying, like if you look at this walkway right here, it's centered to here, meaning that this walkway starts right between these, right? And then it starts spiraling down. What if instead of starting it here and putting this in the center and having the center right here, what if I moved this center back a little bit to like right here and then over a little bit so that maybe the center of this thing might be more centered on this little chunk of island, which actually might even make more sense. And then what I'm sort of thinking is that the pathway here, this part of the pathway, instead of being here on this thing, it'll actually sort of be right here to the center of this thing. And then as it goes down, like I said before, we were at 71.5. So now we're at 67.5, right? So imagine this is 71.5, 71, 70.5, 70, 69.5, 69, 68.5. So if we were to do it that way, we'd actually end up like right at the spot we need to be at, which would be really, really cool. So I think that might be what I try to go after next and see how that kind of looks. And I'll probably do that in a creative world copy of the server and just kind of test it out, make sure it's going to work the way I want it to and it's going to look right. And then we'll just pull the trigger on it. But again, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing here between making this sort of maybe rise up and go down. I'm just not sure. I really am just not sure at all right now how I'm doing this. I don't know. I really don't know. So maybe I'll have this branch right here and part of it will go up into this cave and then another half will go sort of around the branch that goes up in the cave and then back around here and then back in. I'm just like, again, I'm not quite sure, but like I've been noticing this cave every time I go from there to there or back. I noticed this really cool looking cave, and this cave sort of goes in and around here, and it ends up right here in this really cool spot. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I definitely want to figure out what I could incorporate into this spot because I think that has a lot of potential. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed and be able to sort of wrap this episode up instead of dragging it on forever. In the next episode, I hope to be very, very close. Throughout the next episode, I should say, I hope to be making a lot of progress on the dirt in there. So let's go ahead and drop down here, switch out of creative mode, and I will see you guys next time. So take it easy.